morning, everybody. Welcome to the Fibre Friends podcast. I'm Cheryl from My Needle Crafts.
Hi, everybody. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool.
It's February and
know.
we're sweater knitting.
Sweater knitting. Hat knitting challenge has come to an end. I know how quickly we just transitioned from one to another. We were all about hat knitting last week, and now
I'm still in hat knitting mode though, because you have yarn for me and I'm so excited to knit. So it'll be a struggle. But I did start working on my sweater last night.
Did you? I
did.
I actually started mine last night too.
Yay. And you're using the orange.
I am using the orange. I'm bound and bent. I'm going to make this stash yarn work. So I've got that little bit. I mean, it's not a lot, but I've got 7 balls of this stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Wool Ease tonal, some old stuff. I keep forgetting to look and see if this is still available. I have a feeling it's not.
What is it called again?
It's called Wool Ease tonal. So like Wool Ease is still around, right? Because it is this stuff. But this is bigger. This bigger as in this is a number 6 super bulky. And this is what this is what Michael's has in the store currently.
Okay.
So I don't know if Lion Brand, if they still make this, because this is just a number 5 bulky. If they still make a number 5 bulky, and maybe they would, but Michael's I don't think carries it. And this is tonal.
And it's the thick and quick, right?
Not this. This red that I showed, it's the thick and quick.
Oh, and what is the one that you have?
This one is just Wool Ease called tonal. And
just called tonal.
Yeah. And it's only a number 5, so it's not as big a yarn.
And that's the Wool Ease? Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking it up.
Does it show it there? Do they still make it? Maybe Michael's just doesn't carry it, or maybe this was a one-time thing. They got a special order in. It was a couple of years ago. Then it was probably pre-COVID.
No, it says it's discontinued.
On
the Lion Brand website. Yeah.
Bummer, because it's nice. Well, and I got it out of the clearance bin at Michael's.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Now we know.
Yeah. So sorry. That's the problem with showing yarn that's been in your stash for a while, is that if you end up loving it, you can't get any more of it. Unless you find somebody on Ravelry who's destashing.
Yeah.
You might luck out there. So anyway, I've got 7 balls of this that I have to make work into a shrug. So everybody cross your fingers for me that I'm going to have enough yarn.
So is this a gauge to garment, or did you find a pattern?
No, I'm just doing a gauge to garment. I did search for shrugs on Ravelry and looked at a few just to kind of get an idea of what their sizes were. And then in the end, I decided that I didn't like their sizes, so I just went with my own thing. So last night I was standing up with a tape measure, I mean, you should never technically, if you're following, best practices, you should never try to take your own back measurement, because you can't.
Well, because you're probably reaching weird.
Exactly. So if you really want it to be accurate, you really need to have somebody actually do it. But of course, I was doing it myself.
Well, you could stand up against the wall and use a pencil and just put a little line here and a little line there and then measure it on the wall.
You're right. I could have done that, but I was like, it's close enough, right? And then I measured this shawl that I'm wearing. I did kind of measure that, and it kind of confirmed that I was in the right ballpark. So I went with that. And I totally switched up my gauge swatch. Like was I swatching this last week when we were chatting?
No, I think you were swatching with the
yes,
the held 2 together. Yeah.
And that's the 2-week sweater. So I have a whole week before I have to think about that.
Oh, okay. So you're knitting with that for your challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
This yarn. Yeah. So we should clarify for anybody who's watching this for the first time. February is sweater knitting month here at the Fibre Friends podcast. And so the whole month of February is sweater knitting challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be whips, it can be baby, it can be adults, it can be a brand new cast on, it can be whatever you want.
We're just knitting sweaters.
It's knitting sweaters. And you don't even have to finish it, right? Because a lot of people are saying, well, I'm going to cast on whatever sweater, but I'm not going to get it finished. But as long as you
that's okay. Sweater, just take a picture of what you did and throw it in the Ravelry thread. And
yes, make your own challenge. If you say you want to get the body done, or if you want to get 2 sleeves done, or you want to get one, whatever, just knit sweaters, because at least you'll be started.
Yeah. Or if it's your first time knitting a sweater, you're doing it, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole point, is just to kind of encourage people to try something.
Inspiring each other to get out of your comfort zone, maybe.
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. So I cast on this for my gauge swatch, because this is my month-long sweater challenge. The Shrug is the 28-day, the February. And my other 2-tone sweater is going to be the 2-week sweater challenge. So if anybody wants to try and do a 2-week bulky sweater, they can join Jocelyn and I. We start next Thursday, February 10th to February 24th.
Yep.
So that's what the Marled one's going to be.
Fun. We never know. I might get done this sweater that I'm working on and have to start my new one. But I will not knit a worsted weight sweater in 2 weeks.
No, I probably wouldn't be able to do a worsted weight one either. bulky yarn. So have you started? You said you started yours. So have you got some rounds?
This is just for Gilly.
Just for Gilly.
From our friend Trish for Christmas.
Yes. I love it.
And for my kids, because they're always noisy.
I know, isn't that nice? Instead of having to raise your voice at them, you can just hold your mug up. Won't work so well for Gilly though, right?
No, he doesn't listen to anything. Sorry, what were you going to ask me?
Do you have your sweater there?
I do. I have it here.
How many rows have you got done?
I'll show you what I'm working on, just in case anybody's new.
We've got some new subscribers, so it's
in my poor book that's falling apart.
Hey. Yeah, so anybody who's been watching us for the last year or so will have seen Cheryl's sweater. There it is.
So this is from old discontinued Bernat book, using Softy Chunky, which I'm using for this pattern, and I've omitted the moose because I didn't like them when I knit them the first time. I got all my little clips keeping my pages organized. So I know where I am.
I like those little clips.
Yeah,
I use them for my English paper piecing.
Yeah, little wonder clips for sewing. I got a whole.
You have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I use them all the time. And I use hair clips too. I don't know if anybody remembers these from back in the day, doing pin curls and stuff. I took hairdressing when I was young, and somebody I watched on another podcast used them for instead of pins, like when you're working with vinyl and stuff. So I'm like, oh, I have a whole tub of those. So I brought some up. I use those anyways.
I remember my mom using those all the time.
Yeah. So last week I showed where I was starting. I had done, I think I had about 3 rows left up to the armpit. So I now have a left front.
Holy smokes.
I knit this last night. So I was just starting where this lighter brown started.
Yeah.
So I've knit the left front. There's my left front. And I've knit the back up to,
Oh my
well,
God. Oh, you
there's
did all
my other
that
color. So I'm
chocolate
about
brown.
that tall.
Holy smokes, look at you go. You're gonna have this sweater done. You could have this done next week.
I will be on the sleeves for sure by next week.
How exciting is that?
Yeah.
Whoa, I thought for sure you were going to show and have, say, oh, I got 2 rows done. You have the whole.
Oh my gosh, no,
the
it's
whole
so
front.
fast. So fast.
Wow, that's
I did
amazing.
figure out that I did an error. I don't know how I read the chart wrong, but
That
I
happens.
can show it because it's old. So this is the chart I'm working on. And as you can, I'm like a large, so it's kind of how many, 1 stitch in from the side. So this is my repeat.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be 2 stitches. Hold on. I don't know. I still can't even read it right. There's supposed to be 2 stitches with with 1 little thing in between at the center of here.
Yeah.
And I have 3 stitches, I think, in between all mine. Look how much space I have between them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you just don't have the little dot in between.
I think I forgot to put the dot in
Yeah.
the middle.
I think so.
But that's okay.
You can't, who's gonna know? And it looks fine.
Yeah.
You just.
So where I said I omitted the moose, this is that section there. I just decided to put my other 2 colors in.
I really like it like that.
Yeah.
I think the moose would have been fun too, if you like moose or whatever. But
well, I didn't mind moose. I just didn't like how they looked when they were done. I don't know.
Looks great. All right. I cannot wait to see you model that. I think we should.
I just had to make sure that my stitches all lined up.
Oh yeah, your points of your diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you were decreasing at the top, so you had to.
Yeah, and it doesn't even affect it because I started out with way. Yeah, so it was way over here.
Well,
and I knew this front edge is fine. And this doesn't start to decrease for the neck until way up here. So yeah.
Yay. Look at you. Sweater knitting. That's fantastic. Oh, I see. Great progress for you. You could get this done, then your throwbacks, then the second one you're going to work on, right?
That's my next one to start. Yeah.
Have you skeined up any of the skeins yet?
Not yet.
That sounds like a good Friday night, Saturday night, weekend.
Oh, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm going to finish this first.
Okay, so you're afraid if you get the yarn and you actually start playing with the new yarn, it might pull you away from I still want to call it the moose sweater, even though there's no moose on it.
My moose sweater that has no moose.
Moose, I know. The unmoose sweater, the non-moose sweater. It'll always be the moose sweater.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So do you want to make a challenge goal for yourself for next week then for it?
Well, I know I'm definitely going to be on the sleeves.
Working on the second one?
I might knit them 2 at a time.
I should stop giving you suggestions because I'm thinking I'm going to have to do this myself here shortly.
I can't remember if I knit. I think the sleeves are knit. I was hoping they were knit in the round, but I don't think they are. I think they're seamed.
So you didn't get as far as ever knitting, starting a sleeve the last time. Okay.
No. Yeah, they're knit flat. That's okay. I can probably knit them both at the same time.
Okay. Well, so you have to do color work flat. So you'll have to purl.
Yeah, well, I'm doing this flat.
You're doing
already.
that. Yeah, that's okay. I was
Yep.
just, yeah, some people just don't like doing that. Interesting. So would you ever try just to do it in the round, your sleeves?
I don't think so. Not with the color work, not with this.
No.
I have before. My tin can knits pullover, I forget which one what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
It had some color work in the cuffs and that.
Yeah, I mean,
It was fine.
okay. Okay, so did you give us an actual prediction, or are you just gonna say sleeves?
Yeah, I can't say whether I'll be done them or not.
Okay, I won't hold you to anything, because yeah, who knows? I probably won't get as much done. I've got big plans, thinking like, oh, could I have it half done? Maybe.
Well, I'll probably finish the back tonight. I mean, there's not that much left. And then get started on the right front. So who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so
Like
sleeves for you. That's a good goal. That's a good goal. I don't know what mine should actually knit up a little bit faster because I went up a needle size.
Oh, good.
I decided when I was swatching for this, whenever I started swatching, I think I started with seems to me I started with a 5.5 millimeter, because the ball band, what does it say? What does it say? It says 14 stitches is the gauge. And oh no, it says 6.5 millimeter. Maybe it's my other one. I did a different sizes, my other gauge swatch. This one, I think I did start. I knew there was something with this. I started gauge swatching down here with what I thought was a 6.5, because I have all my needles in Ziploc baggies and labeled. And so I pulled out the one that was 6.5 millimeter. But I think once I started knitting with it, I actually checked the size, and I'm pretty sure it was only a 6.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh, I was really borderline whether I'd liked the feel of this fabric or not. I mean, when I do the poke test, it is loose because I can kind of start to wiggle my finger through the stitch, which typically tells you that for a sweater, the gauge is a little too big and you want it a little snugger. But I was just I kept doing this, right? I kept thinking, okay, it's okay. And then I just kept fiddling with it. And I'm like, I don't know if I like the feel of it. So I ended up going up a needle. I went up to a 7 millimeter. And it changed my gauge just a smidge. So do you guys ever, if you're changing needle size and you measure your gauge, do you ever measure it and you're like, oh, it didn't change? Have you ever had that happen? So when I measured this down here with the 6, I was at 3 stitches to the inch.
Okay.
When I started with my 7, and I didn't really do as much as I should have. I should have knitted up a little bit more, but I was impatient. So I measured my gauge again. And if you measure only over an inch, I still got 3 stitches to the inch. But I knew, so I counted right over and I measured a full 4 inches worth of stitches. And when you divide that back out down to 1, my stitch gauge was 2.8. So that's what I used. Just
okay.
So not really enough in that 1 inch. It wasn't enough to show that point, whatever.
Well, that's why you should do your gauge over a 4 inch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because then it gets right down. So so that's what I did. So I used my 2.8 as my gauge, and I cast on with a 7 millimeter. And I think, and I'm liking it. I like that it's looser. I really wanted something that was going to be drapey, because even though it's a sweater, I don't know, I still want it to feel loose and drapey like a shawl.
Yeah.
So we were.
Yeah, I'm knitting mine on an 8, which is the called for, because I don't have a 7. I would have preferred to go down to a 7. But it is color work. So
yeah,
I'm trying to, I can definitely tell the difference in my gauge when I switch, like when you get to the top of this, like up here, there's no color work.
No color work.
And my gauge is definitely a little tighter up here because, you know, I don't have to worry about the color work.
Yeah, yeah. But not enough that you feel like you need to switch needle sizes though, right?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay.
I can tell a little bit, but I mean, it's acrylic yarn and I can just kind of give it a little stretch and smooth it out and it looks fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But I am a loose knitter, so I know like a 7, when I knit it the first time, it was definitely looser than it is this time. I've been a little more, paying a little more attention while I'm knitting.
Okay. And you like this version better. And this is a smaller version than the first one that you did.
Yeah, I went down a size.
Yeah.
I did the extra large. I don't know why. I think it was borderline for my chest size.
Well,
I think it, you know, the large and the extra, it just, the large sat right at my measurement.
mm-hmm. Well, I remember
So I thought,
saying,
yeah,
you wanted something really like oversized and cozy.
yeah, but I don't want it too humongous. And when I went up the one size bigger, it ended up way too huge.
Hmm.
You know, with the addition of my loose knitting and having too big of a needle with the size and everything. So yeah, I just went down.
Yeah.
Ripped it all out.
You've had so much fun. You've knit this sweater how many times already?
It's looking fuzzy because, you know, it's been pulled out and reknit like 3 times.
It is going to have that well-loved feeling, and you haven't even worn it yet.
I know.
That's all right. You are getting your money's worth out of that yarn.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just reknitting it and reknitting it. But the best part is that you're going to have it already. So when you go on your first camping trip this spring, or even just on a day trip fishing, if you and your mom go out together, you'll be able to have a nice warm sweater to wear.
I will.
Yeah. So what do you think? Can you tell I did a little rolled edge on here? So this is going to end up, this will be my cuff around my wrist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it kind of looks like you did a couple rows of garter.
It does, doesn't it, when it rolls up? So, and truthfully, I kind of forgot. I wasn't, I didn't even really think about what I wanted to do on the edge. I was just thinking, I don't know what I guess I wasn't. I was just going to leave it. And I cast on, I did a knit row, a purl row. And then when I came to start the next knit row, I looked at it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is rolling a bit. I'm like, oh, what will I do? Should I? Then I start thinking, like, should I have done a little bit of ribbing? But then I thought, nope, I'm going to do exactly what this little edge is.
Oh, on the hat?
On the hat, because I really liked it. Oh wow, this seems such thin yarn. It's only worsted. But that's what they did. It was just, I think, 2 rows of cast on, 1, 2, yep, exactly. 2 rows of stockinette, and then you started your garter, and it just rolls up.
Just it rolls it up that little edge.
Just a little bit, and gives it a really
I like that.
So that's what I thought. Oh, I think I will just do that as well. This is all going to be kind of my prototype. We'll see how it ends up. I may have to pull it back out because I spent a lot of time considering the shrug. So the shrug is just a big rectangle, and then you fold it in half and seam it up a little bit for your arm. But the depth of your back also determines the size of your sleeve.
Yeah.
Or you could do it the other way. You could knit it narrower so you get a nice fit for your arm, but then your shrug only ends up being like just across your shoulders. You know,
you could add some short rows.
Well, I thought about that, and I really thought about that.
Just across the width of the back, right?
But I'm knitting it sideways.
Oh, you're knitting up and down.
Yes. Because, and
so you're going from this side across to this side.
Yep. So this is going to be my at my wrist. Then I come across to center back and to the arm. And
well, you could go so far and put in some staggered increases or something.
That's what I'm going to do. That's what so I spend a lot of time having time because I really thought about casting it on widthwise. Yeah. And then going from waist to neck. Mm-hmm. But then you've got to really be careful, or be more accurate to get your
how long you want it to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, your wingspan.
Yes. So I may do another one that way because I would really like to play around with the short rows because I love doing the short rows on the hat. I thought exactly. You could do an ear flap. Basically knit an ear flap, but do it on your butt to have short rows, right? And to bring that down. But I opted this time to go cast on fewer stitches. And then I think I'm going to increase every 4th row and do a gentle increase to round it out and then decrease them again.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. And that's kind of use my row gauge, use all my measurements, and I've got a good idea of how long I want my seam to be, where I'm going to seam it up down here. So I'll work that in and then figure out how many rows I need to increase to get up to my stitches. So I've got the right depth that I want across my back. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. And then I'll make tweaks. If I want to make another one, then I can always tweak it if this one's not completely perfect, or I could just pull this one out because I really don't think this is going to take me very long to knit on a 7mm needle. This should knit up really quick. So
yeah,
it may.
That's why my sweater's going so fast.
Exactly. I know. So I'm not even stressing about the whole month challenge. This, which may come back to haunt me because sometimes, when you get overconfident, that's when things happen, right? But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually feeling pretty good about getting 2 sweaters knit this month, which really is crazy because my track record for finishing things is, I'm not one of these knitters, that you're expecting me to whip out finished sweaters every week, right? So
yeah,
we'll see what happens, but it's going to be fun, and you have to have big goals because if you don't start out with that plan of finishing, then you won't finish it, right?
Yep.
But I have to say, I like it.
I just love the yarn. It's so pretty.
I love the color. Okay, so far so good. So this is going to be
it's going to be cozy.
It's going to be cozy. Yep. I already have plans to wear this to the beach.
Oh, good.
As soon as it warms up a little bit. Okay. What else do you have? So we got to do hat winners.
We do.
Should we do that now? Or you want to show? Will we keep people in suspense a little longer?
I think we should wait.
Okay. All right. Ooh, a sock update. Look at that. Look at all those stripes.
So there's where my heel goes. I haven't got a whole lot done. Like one repeat of the pattern.
Slow and steady.
But I did work on them the other night.
Well, that's all right. Yeah.
I took them to the dentist and I never opened the bag.
Oh, no. You mean you didn't have to
Happens,
wait?
but they're so nice. I can't wait till they're done.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
Are you-
Area 51 fibers. Yeah.
Yeah. And colorway was which?
Which
Kind of looks like a Christmassy color, doesn't it?
it does.
Oh,
I got an email from her yesterday. I think she got a few new colors. She's a fellow Canadian, Ontario yarn dyer. I think she's in Ontario.
I can't remember. I don't know.
I don't remember now either.
She's got pretty yarn. I have a skein waiting to cast on next month. My Bridgerton yarn.
Oh yes. I love self-striping yarn.
So fun.
It is. I just love it. Ooh, look, not new color. Oh, look, I'm at the next color. It's like, oh, it's so fast. I'm at the next color.
It's like little things keep us happy, right?
You've been working on your Christmas sock.
My Christmas sock, I know, which I think I have now that we're into February. I think we can safely just assume that I can start saying that I'm ahead for this Christmas.
You are.
Ignore the fact that I started these in November.
And is this your second sock?
It is.
Wow, you're fast.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. I think when did I finish this? November, December? I can't, or maybe January. I don't even.
Oh, did you do that new heel?
I did. That's that magic heel.
And how do you like it?
It was easy peasy knitting it.
And how does it fit?
It fits good. I tried.
Oh, does it?
Yep. I tried it on because I was actually just a little worried because you can see how it really pulls it in, right?
It looks so small.
It's just a tube sock with some ribbing where the heel goes. And I was really worried because I always knit my socks with a heel flap and gusset because I have a really high arch. So I need all that extra ease in there. And so I was worried. I thought that this may not fit over, but it fits over good. So I haven't actually wore it.
Yeah.
But it fits nice.
So
I put it on.
So I have a couple questions. So do you get any bunching on the top of your foot?
No.
Like, does it fit nice and like normal?
Yep.
And so does the heel pull out? Does it end up thin?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember thinking that.
She's going to put it on and model it.
Yeah. Well,
Can you get your foot that high?
I don't know. Maybe I'll take a picture. Maybe I'll put it on and I'll take a picture.
Haven't you been doing your yoga, Louise?
No, I haven't. If only I'd been doing my yoga, I would have been able to whip my leg up here this high. Oh, this yarn feels really nice. This is that Cascade Heritage print. It's been in my stash for a while too, but
yeah, I know you told me I like it. I want some.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, there's no bunching. It pulls up nice.
Can she do it?
Look at that.
Oh yeah. And it feels comfortable.
It is comfortable. It is really comfortable.
So you should have put it on the other foot so then we could see your heel on the other side.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to try it. It seems like a lot of knitting to do to not like it.
I mean, all of the chats that I've had, when Jocelyn and I do our Thursday night check-ins, our Friday night lives in the Facebook group, the Fibre Friends Friday Night Knitting group, we've chatted about it there. I've chatted about it with different people, and the overall consensus is people like it. There's been a few people who have said no, they find it too slouchy. But I'm wondering maybe if they knit their whole sock maybe was a little big. I don't know, maybe if they went down, a size, maybe that would help. But overall, people are saying they like it. It fits well. They find it comfortable.
So did you weigh how much yarn it used in comparison to, say, a regular sock that you knit? Does it use less yarn, more yarn?
That's
the
a
same
really
amount?
good question.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I would almost say maybe less, because I'm just looking at what I have left over here, and it seems like a lot. I've just started the heel.
Did you find it faster to knit?
No,
Not particularly.
I actually missed doing the turn and doing the turning the heel and seeing the little cup form and that little 3D knitting. That little things excite me, and I love the joy of doing that and being able to knit a few of the short rows and then seeing it start to form. That just brings me joy, and I honestly miss that on here. I started it and I thought, oh, okay, you just do your ribbing heel. I thought, okay, well, this is easy, right? No brain knitting. It's just, you just do it. But after you do so many inches of it, I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, that's like when I knit, I just knit. There's like nothing.
I did. So I mean, that's kind of a silly reason, but I did. I missed that little bit of excitement doing the heel, but it's easy. And so it's no different than knitting what you knit, really. I mean, I guess it is you're knitting the heel in, but it's just, you just do a big two. I think especially if people have not cast on socks because the heel scares them, or they feel that it would be too confusing or too hard or something, this would be a great way to start knitting socks. Some people have said too, they like it for kids because then you don't have that actual heel.
And they're not growing out of them too quickly.
Yeah, you got a little more leeway. They can wear it a little longer because they don't have to actually fit in there.
That makes sense.
I don't know. And as far as like how it actually wears, I don't know. And I always like doing the heel flap because you've got that double thickness with the slips to just give you a little more to wear. But I don't really need to worry about how my socks wear, because I could mend them if I wanted to, or a lot of us have enough sock yarn in our stash that you just knit another pair, right? So.
I don't think I've never wore a pair of socks out yet, because I only wear a pair of socks like once a month.
So they last. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm not too worried. I just really want to try different heels this year. In my 12 pairs of socks that I'm going to knit, even though we're in month 2 and I have not finished a pair yet, but that's okay.
That's all right.
You know what I'm going to do? I meant to do it last night and I didn't get all the things done on my to-do list. I think Karen has talked me into signing up for Sock Madness this year.
Uh-oh. I saw somebody post about it quickly as I was scrolling through Facebook last night, but
yes, I think Karen put the link in there, the Ravelry sign up link into the Fibre Friends Facebook group.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it because why not?
Why not?
Why not? It'll be fun. And if I can get through, I'm thinking 2 rounds is my goal. If I can get through 2 rounds, I will call that a success for this year.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, I'll be honest with you.
I don't really know either. I need to go into the Ravelry thread and actually read all the I don't know, rules. Is that what I want to say? All the ins and outs of it. So, but somebody told me last night when we were doing our live that you do a qualifying round. So you knit a sock, and that kind of how quickly you do it determines which group they put you in.
Oh, okay.
So then you're competing with knitters that are your speed of knitting.
One pair and 3 months.
I think there's a time limit though. You have to have it done within, I don't know, if it is it a week, 2 weeks maybe is the first something. They give you a little leeway. They give you a little bit of hope.
I can knit one sock in a week if I didn't do anything else. But
well, I know I can do that.
Yeah.
So it's
I just don't like to limit myself. I like to do so many different things.
Yeah, so we'll see. I have no illusions of carrying on, once it gets down to the nitty gritty or whatever, but I thought I want to try it.
Yeah.
And we'll see. And
especially my cross. I can't give up my cross stitch. I'm sorry. It's my no thinking, relaxing.
Okay, well, do you want to show us your cross stitch? I also did something different this week.
Oh, did you?
I did. But do you want to show the cross stitch first, and then I'll show you my.
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, then let's see. What did you finish another page or something?
No frame. Are you ready?
We get to see the whole thing. Yeah.
You do.
Okay.
So I am 3/4 of the way finished. I got to stand up for this because it's huge. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, Cheryl. Oh my gosh. That is stunning.
So I got 3 pages left at the bottom.
You are so close. That is beautiful. That is so much stitching.
I even ironed it and everything.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Only 3 pages, so the end is in sight.
Yeah. And I'll show my back just because some people do that.
Your back is almost as neat as the front.
I'm very proud of it.
You should be. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So this is the Fruit of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. It was the 2021 stitch along, year-long stitch along. So I am now officially done till the end of September. So we were talking about it one other time about the initials. Oh, yes. I got some loose threads hanging up here. That's not good. It's where I ended all my threads that I didn't want to cut off. So in these 2 sections right here is where the initials go, and I'm going to do those when I'm finished the whole thing.
And you'll do those in the dark navy?
I think so, yeah.
Stunning. Wow. That is impressive, Cheryl.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. It's it's my biggest piece I've done so far that has come near completion, because my Pandemic by Long Dog samplers, I'm not even half done yet. But I was thinking about working on it too a little bit, but I bought 3 new patterns.
Because you can see you've got the end is in sight. So
well, I was looking, and it's what happens when you scroll Facebook and you belong to groups from designers and stuff, and then you see things and
you just have to have it.
I had to have it.
Birdhouses.
It's 12 months of birdhouses. So yeah, January, February, all the way down. Look at December. It's got.
What? Oh, is that? Oh, that's like is that a beard? Like a Santa?
It's, yeah. It's got a belt on. I'm not supposed to show the chart, or I show you quick there. Yeah. But yeah, so each month, each house across the months is themed.
That is really cute.
Yeah, I can't pronounce. It's French, the designer.
That's really
And
nice.
my printouts are not very good, as you know.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
They're gnomes.
Oh my gosh, look at the like Rudolph and the Christmas tree and the Santa hat.
They're on a sled and a clothesline. Oh yeah, it's cute. And then I got and this really nice sampler
Oh,
because it's got houses and they're cute.
I like the flowers on it. Yeah, the houses, the row of houses is cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Which one are you going to start next?
I don't know.
Just randomly close your eyes and pick one?
Yeah. Probably the birdhouses because, you know, birds.
Birds. Are you going to dye fabric for it or do you have fabric?
I might dye fabric. I was thinking that it might look kind of cool on a, I don't know. There's a lot of, I was thinking like a bluish background, but there's a lot of blue in it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just do it on a nice natural background. Future plans. We'll see what happens.
See what moves you in the moment, right?
That's right.
Okay. You want to see what I did?
Yes.
Jocelyn has been encouraging me.
Have you been crocheting?
To crochet.
Oh my goodness, that looks so awesome.
So I did 2 squares.
Good job. And they're actually square.
They pretty close.
Which is impressive when you're learning because sometimes it's hard to read your stitches in crochet and things end up all wonky.
Yeah. See, and I've been there. I've already done that, right? Like I crocheted, 20 years ago. I had our friend, Heather from high school, Heather Mills. She taught me how to do the shell stitch. When Anita was probably like, I don't know how old, and she would have been like 10 or something. And I did her a little, maybe younger, it doesn't matter, a little pink doll blanket.
Oh, okay.
So there was no pattern. So I didn't learn how to actually read a pattern, but it was this shell stitch. And I did that and I did a little pink blanket. And I think it turned out okay. It wasn't too wonky, but I do remember anything that I tried doing on my own in the past. I had a terrible time if I chained 20, trying to keep 20 stitches all the way up the side. And I noticed when I started this, I don't know which one was my first and second, but at the bottom, I think I did the same thing. But I think I just kind of fudged it.
Well, it looks pretty straight. It looks like on your right side, about where your finger is, up a little higher.
Here?
Nope, go further.
Up here?
There was a spot I thought I saw where it looked like you missed one on the end. Yep, right at the
there.
Right there. You missed a stitch.
Did I? I think, yeah. Oh, so I should have pulled this up. I know I was having a really hard time trying.
I saw it right away, but that's because
well, and I think I remembered looking at it when I was doing it when I got to that, but I thought it looked too skinny or something to, I don't know.
You got to remember, if you see a post, you know that there should be a stitch in the top.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if that was a post or if that was just a loop, like a loose loop. I don't know. But anyways, I thought it looks good.
You did a fantastic job.
But this time I could actually see when I did, so these are all half doubles. So when I came across, got to the end, and then I did a chain one and I turned it, I could see right where to start. So I think I think my starting of the row was okay. It was, when I came across to the end, I realized the first couple rows I was doing in the last actual half double crochet, and then I was missing my chain stitch, which was making that edge stitch, right? I think yeah. Anyways, the light bulb came on after a couple of rows. And yeah, so I did 2 of them. So now I'm just
Great job.
working on doing a single crochet to join them. So then it'll be a double thick hot mat.
Nice.
This was a pattern Jocelyn wrote up, and I think the way she did it is she keeps it open. So so
you can use it as a mitt.
Yeah. But I'm not
Nice.
sure. I might just close it up all the way around.
So you're just doing single crochets all the way around?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
I think so. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing something. I just don't exactly know if it's a single crochet. But that's what it looks like. I don't know. But
it looks like you're slipping. You're just slipping.
Am I?
Yeah. So you should end up with that what looks like a knit stitch across the top.
Well, and that's what I was trying to go for.
Yeah.
And Jocelyn was trying to talk
you're going in and you're grabbing and you're coming through, and then you're just going through the loop instead of going over. So you want to go in and grab, come up, and you have 2 on your hook, and then you want to do a yarn over again and go through the 2.
Oh, and then okay, let me start this again.
That'll bring it up to the top.
Jocelyn was trying to walk me through it last night, and I was like, well, I don't really know what she was saying. But now that I'm hearing it again for the second time.
Yeah, it's no yarn over. So you got your loop on. You don't want to yarn over.
Okay.
That's with your half double crochet. So you just want to go in through both thicknesses with your hook from the front to the back.
I'll do it right there. Okay.
Yep.
And then
yarn over. Yep. Pull it through. Yep. So now you got 2 on. So now yarn over and through both.
Yarn over. Through both. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think that worked. Okay. So let me go. So I go through both of them again.
Yeah.
Yarn over and pull it through. So I've got 2.
Yep. And now yarn over and pull through.
And pull through both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks like it's putting it on the top instead of the side. I'm going to be a crocheter yet. Maybe I shouldn't get too excited.
Yeah, when you come through and then you're grabbing the yarn again from the back, you're making that loop up over from the back with your yarn, right?
Yes, I can see it. I can see it on the back now.
Yeah.
Oh,
so the side facing you will be the right side, because the little looped edge will be like the little knit stitch looking edge will be a little closer on the front side than the back.
Yes, I can see it. Okay, look at that. I feel so little things, right? Little things. This is fun. Okay, I've done 3. Okay, let me do another one.
Oh, you yarned over.
Did I?
Don't pull it out. Put one loop. Yeah, one loop on.
One loop on.
Yeah, go in.
Go in through both.
Go in, grab.
Okay, 2 loops.
Pull back.
And
yeah. So when you were doing the half double crochets, you would yarn over first and then go in to get 3 on.
Yes.
And you're just because of habit, right?
This is going to be confusing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, but it looks better.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Crochet 101 with Cheryl. All right. Okay, now I gotta do one more just before I set it down.
Yep.
Not entirely
Go
sure.
through.
Go to 2.
Yep.
Pull up. I've got 2 loops. Over and pull through both. Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic. I have a feeling it's going to take me a long time to go all the way around.
It won't, because after you get going and you'll remember. There you go.
Fantastic.
So should we pick some winners?
I think we should. Yes. This is an unprecedented draw today. We have never had this many entries in any of our
I
challenges.
know.
Hat knitting was super popular. People knit tons of hats.
It's one of those things that I think most people like. So wasn't hard to have lots of involvement.
Exactly. Yes. And it's quick. You know, you can get them done. And we have to give a special shout out to Donna, whether she wins a prize here or not. She did.
Who knit a bazillion hats?
She did 20 hats.
You go, girl.
I know. She is such a huge, she does obviously lots for her charity knitting for her communities. So that is wonderful. It was fun to see all of her every couple of days she was posting. I mean, she did almost a hat a day. And yeah, different colors, different yarns. Just it was fun to see all the hats. There was some gorgeous hats.
Yeah, it was fun. I can't wait to do it again next year.
I know, right? Next January we'll do hats again.
How many hats does one person need?
Oh, well, I mean, really, can you ever have too many? You could just switch them out every day.
I still kind of always gravitate toward the same one for some reason.
And so why
I tend to.
Is that because of the yarn, the color, or the fit?
I think it's just because I like the yarn. And because it's got a pom-pom and it's, if it's the only one that's like finished. I think I need to get a pom-pom for my the purple one I knit with the mohair. I really like it, but I think it needs a pom-pom. I'm thinking like a white one.
Yes. So did you end up putting, you were gonna put a hat or a pom-pom on the Songbird Fibers one. Did you do that?
Not yet. I was gonna wash it too, and I haven't done that yet. It's been a busy week.
You know what? I finished a hat. Did I show you my finished Tentacula hat? I don't think
Did you finish it?
I finished it.
No, you didn't show us.
Okay.
You were just starting it last week.
Yes, I was just starting it. Okay. Give me a sec. I left it upstairs. Let me run upstairs and grab it. This is it.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
Look at that. Isn't it
nice?
Fun?
So it is cabled.
No, it's not cabled at all, but it does give that kind of look to it. Like it definitely gives some movement to the fabric.
That is very cool. So are there some purl stitches in there in between or something?
There is. There's one purl stitch.
Oh, just one.
Yeah, there's just one.
Creates that line. That's cool.
Yeah. So there's a purl stitch. And then there's a purl stitch on either side of your stockinette. And then you work these. I don't even know what you call it. I'm not even sure what the stitch pattern is for this. It was an interesting knit and it looks super cool for sure. It took me a long time. This is one pattern round to do one of these little fan type leany things. That was, you do that one row and you do them. I think there was nine repeats around. It took me a long time. It took me about half an hour to do a round doing that.
Oh, of where you had to do those stitches.
Yeah. It was only, I think it was a 4-row repeat. So you do the pattern round and then your next 4 rounds is like zip, 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 3. And then you come back and then you're like, I was like, oh, I'm at a pattern round again.
Yeah. Then you have to do all those, pulling those stitches through.
Yeah. Pull all those stitches through. So it took a little while. And then sometimes I would pull through a couple, then I would pull them back to make sure that I was getting them all in the same column.
Yeah.
But it was, I would never knit a whole sweater doing this because it would take forever.
Yeah.
But I like the hat. I like that I did the hat. It was fun and I would do it again. It's like not my favoriteest stitch that I'm going to knit 10 of them, but it was fun to do for sure.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
it's
would do
always
it
cool
again.
to try something new.
Exactly. It was, and I mean, it was fun. I think the only thing was I did pretty much all of this in one day. Whatever I had started, then I finished it all in one afternoon. And I think that was just a little much, too much of this pattern stitch all at once. If I had broken it up over a few different nights, I think it would have been, I would have enjoyed it a little bit better.
Are you going to show us what it looks like on?
Oh, I can.
Oh yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
The pattern
I like
came
it.
in, it was written for four, there was 4 different sizes.
Mhm.
And yeah. So there you go. If you're looking for something interesting and different, this could be the pattern for you. And now I also made pom poms because I had some yarn left over. I haven't trimmed this up, so this is a lopsided pom pom, but this is a big one. I can't.
That's a really big one.
It's a big one. I wanted something big, so I have to trim it up here on the sides. But
Yeah,
I'm
that's
debating.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
You know, I really wanted a big pom pom, so I did this one. I know it's kind of hard to tell. I can't hold it. Does that look? Yeah. Does that look okay? Or does that look too big?
I don't think it looks too big.
I did a neck size down, but I have to cut it. So I don't know if this one.
What about just plain yellow or whatever that color is? The
Oh,
green.
I could do that. Yeah, it did. Yes, it's interesting doing them both like this. The yellow didn't show up.
Yeah, it really muted it.
It did. I'll put a picture and you guys can help me decide the big pom pom or the small pom pom.
All right.
Yeah, maybe I'll put it on Instagram and maybe I'll put it in the Fibre Friends stories and do a poll. Big pom pom, small pom pom.
Sounds like a plan.
Get everybody's opinion on what I should do, how I should finish off the tentacula hat. Yeah, so this is how I finished off the hat challenge.
Good.
All right, so shall we pick? We've got 3 winners to draw.
Are we doing 3?
We're gonna do 3.
All right, and we had 151 entries.
151 entries. This is the most we have ever had, which is so fun.
All right. I'm going to ask Google to pick a number.
Yeah.
Hey, Google. Pick a number between 2 and 151. 22.
All right. Let's see. We'll scroll through here. Yeah, so if anybody hasn't gone into the Ravelry thread, they should take a look just to take a peek at all of the hats, because there is I mean, every hat is fantastic, but it's a wealth of, it's like eye candy. Okay,
There's
22. This is Crafty Amber.
Crafty Amber.
Our friend Amber. Oh,
Woo-hoo.
How exciting. Yes, this was a really cute, yeah, like a light green hat. Yeah, that's really fun.
Are you going to put a picture in?
I will put a picture right here.
Awesome. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Hey, Google. Pick a number between 2 and 151. 70.
70. All right. There is 7 pages of entries, which is amazing. So I'm looking for 70. Oh, this is a pretty one. This is Asa's hat.
Asa.
Asa, yeah. This looks like a cabled hat, maybe. It looks like cable. It's really cute too. All right, Asa and Amber. I will put a picture of Asa's hat right here.
Yay. All right, one more to go.
One more. Who's
One more. Hey, Google. Pick a random number between 2 and 151. 36.
36. All right. Go back.
At least they were a little spread out this time.
They were, yeah. Oh, okay. This is a pretty hat. Oh, this is one of the Musselburgh hats, those ones that are knit double.
Oh, nice.
And this is, her name is Kathy. I will put a picture of Kathy's hat right here. Congratulations, Kathy.
Yay.
And oh, she's in,
Congratulations.
yeah, she's not that far from us. She's here in Canada. She's in Ontario.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, everybody.
That is super fun. Yes, congratulations. Okay, there. I've got out of Ravelry back. I can see you now. So congratulations to all the winners and congratulations to everybody who took part and got all those fabulous hats done.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That was lots of fun. And like,
I can't wait to do more.
I know.
got 2 more.
Our knit picks order did come in, but I have it all here. So Cheryl hasn't actually had her hands on the yarn yet. So
I want to start my, what is it called? Catch of the day hat.
yes. Yep. So we'll show it. I will get it to you over the weekend and then we can show off all our new yarn next
Yay.
week when we podcast again.
Next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you got anything else?
I think that is it. That's
I
it.
think so.
It's just going to be a sweater knitting weekend, pretty much. You know, other
Me
than
too.
it's, you know, I feel like it's saying, you know, how you say I say, what are you going to do this weekend? And you'd be like, oh, nothing except, oh, groceries and laundry and vacuum and clean the bathroom. Right. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm just going to sweater knit. And then I'm thinking, well, except I'm going to finish that pom pom and maybe do a few rows on my Christmas sock.
And crochet the edge of your thing. And
That. And I actually I started a 1-color brioche scarf for our guild project. So I have that.
oh, yes.
Too. So I will just have to rotate everything through. That'll be my weekend.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Fantastic.
the noisy children are home for lunch, so it must be time for us to call it a day.
It's a sign for us. Chit chatting is done for today. Okay, well, everybody have a great week and sweater knitting. Post your pictures in the Facebook group, put them on Instagram, tag us at Fibre Friends Challenge.
Yeah. Show us what you're knitting.
Show us everything, your yarn, your in progress. We want to see it all. The more pictures that we can share with everybody, the better.
Yeah. And Friday nights on the Facebook group, we're live at 6.
Yes.
And if you haven't been to our Facebook group, it's the Fibre Friends Friday Night Knit In on Facebook. So answer the questions if you want to join the group, because if you don't answer the questions, we don't let you in.
No. And there is a link in the description box below the video. So if you want to just click that, it takes you right to our Facebook page. There's a link there, takes you right to the Ravelry group. So you can find us all over the place. Have a great week, Cheryl. Have a great week, everybody.
You too.
Happy
We'll see everybody next week. Bye.
Bye.